Look, I think the warning signs are instinctive. If you don't follow your own instincts, nothing I teach is really going to help you. So if you instinctively know that what you're doing behind closed doors in the privacy of a meeting, you wouldn't want to read about on the front page of the New York Times, follow that instinct. Just as I tell people in the world of exploited and abused children, my wife works at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and you have to teach your children not to be wary of strangers and all of that general advice. But where child predators are most dangerous is people who are familiar. Parents, uncles, neighbors, judges, distinguished citizens, right in front of you, familiar, comfortable, are predators on the internet, child pornography, trafficking. So it's all the things that people are ignoring because their instinct is to be comfortable. So a wife who teaches our children, if you feel even in the slightest bit uncomfortable with someone you know very well, shout, run, scream, even if it's wrong, because it's the people up close who can be dangerous to a child. And in the case of a corporation, now to segue back to the question, is you've got to have an instinct. If you're a CEO, if you're a CFO or somebody who's worried about your accounting practices, and you have to ask somebody, is it okay for us to not tell that? I always say to someone, if you're asking me the question, you have your answer. Don't do anything that you think instinctively you don't want to read about, because you're going to read about it. And I've had a whole discipline that I invented, and which I think is good advice for any companies, to bring in a lawyer who has a media and political ear, like me, and I take people into a room and I say, okay, I'm an attorney for the company, so I have attorney-client privilege, unless you tell me something you've done personally, and then I'll have to say, stop, get your own attorney. But if it's about the company, we're in confidence. What do you know about this company that keeps you up at night if it were to appear on the front page of the New York Times? And I've had the most amazing things confessed to me when I put it that way, where I think, oh my God. And then if the person leaves, I'll bring in the general counsel and Houston, I think we have a problem here we got to solve before it hits the New York Times. So I think even people lower in the food chain have to follow their instincts. If they feel uncomfortable, something they're worried about that isn't really right inside, they should report it up the food chain, or else they're going to be caught up in the crisis.